All right, today we're going to work on Chapter 7's Guided Project 7-3. You download the start file because that's required. You download the instructions file because that's required. Open up the start file. And instructions. All right, so first thing, open the start file, click enable editing. I already did that. Let me turn on my highlighter. It's renamed. Yep, step 2 is done. Note the #num error appears in 3 cells because data for the payment formula in cell H15 is missing. So that's what that's telling us, so that we read that note. Step 3 says find and clear data validation settings. Click find and select button from the home editing group tab. So let's go to home, edit, find and select, go to special, select option data validation. So that's taking care of 3B. So we selected it. It says click OK. Cells with data validation settings are highlighted. So I'm going to click OK, and we have them highlighted. Click the data validation button. That's the data tab. See data tools group and data validation. So if you hover over that, it'll tell you exactly what it's gonna do. So I need to click. So that takes care of 3D. 3E says click clear all on settings tab. So I'm on the settings tab. It says clear all on the settings tab and leave the dialog box open. All right, so we clicked all. The dialog box is still open. Step 4 says set data validation with an error alert. 4A, verify that the following cells in the worksheet are selected. If they are not, close the data validation dialog box, select the cells, and click the data validation button again. All right, so it says C9. I can't see over that. C9 to C12, H19, H11, H13 to 14. I don't think H19 is selected. And H16. So it looks like I got H9. H9's good. H11, H13, H15's not selected, and H16. Oh, H13 to 14, sorry. So that it looks like everything is selected. So that takes care of 4A. 4B says click the allow arrow and choose decimal on the settings tab. So allow, I'm going to click the drop down, I'm going to select decimal. 4C says click the data arrow, drop down arrow, and choose greater than or equal to. 4D says click the minimum button and type 0. 4E says click the error alert tab and verify that the show error alert after invalid data is entered box is selected. So I'm going to go error alert, and it says verify is selected. Show error. Yep, that's selected. 4F says verify that stop displays as the style. Stop is the display. Yep. Click the title box and type required. All right, that takes care of 4G. Click the error message box and type please enter a positive value. Please enter a positive value, period. Figure 7-70. So it looks correct. Then it says click OK. So I'm going to click OK. Now is a good time to save, so I'm going to do a Control S. All right, 5 says display the developer tab on the ribbon if it is not shown. So to do that, 5A says click the options command. So we'll go File, Options, click Customize Ribbon, select Developer, and click OK. So before I click OK, I want you to see what's about to happen. So you see you have background removal, home, insert, page outlet, formulas, data, review, view, help. So after we click OK, you're going to see a developer tab up at the top. So I'm going to click OK. So you see your developer tab shows up. So that takes care of 5A, 5B. All right, we're going to move on to step 6. Insert a spin button from the control, spin button form control. Show the grid lines on the worksheet. So we're going to go to our View tab. In our Show group, we're going to select Grid Lines. So you see the difference. You see your grid lines. So 6A. 6B says click the Insert Controls button. We're going to go to our Developer tab, our Controls group. All right, click the Insert Controls. Insert. Which one's Control? Oh, we want spin button. And it says draw a control directly over cells I-21 and I-22. So I-21 and I-22. All right. That takes care of 6B, 6C, 6D. Right click the control and choose Format Control. Format Control. 6F, click the minimum value box on the control tab and type 1. So I'm going to type 1 there. Set a maximum value of 8. These are agent identification numbers. Maximum value. So it'll be 1 through 8. 6H says click the cell link box and select cell H22. So I'm just going to type H22 in here. The choice made by the spin button will be placed in this cell. Figure 7-72. Looks like that's a absolute reference. So we need to make that an absolute reference. And 6I says verify that 3D shading box is selected and click OK. It's, yep. Then it says click OK. And now I'm going to deselect. I'm going to click cell D4 to deselect the control. So let's go to D4. That deselected it. All right, now is a good time to save, so I'm going to do a Control S to save. Moving on to step 7, protect the worksheet for data entry. Select cells D4 to E4. Says press the control. I'm going to hold down the control key and I'm going to select cells C9 to C12, H9, H11, H13 to 14, H16, scroll down, H22, and E22. And then I'm going to click the Format button. So I'm going to go to my Home tab, Sales Group, Format, and I'm going to select Lock Sales. To remove the locked property. And I think it was alright, so I did that. Alright, click the Protect Sheet button, go to the Review tab. It's in my Protect group, and I'm going to select Protect Sheet. F says allow the options to select locked and unlocked cells. Do not use a password. So we have select locked, select unlocked cells, no password. Then it says click OK. Eight says delete the contents of cells C9 to C10, H9, and H16. Now's a good time to save, so I'm going to do a Control S on the Excel worksheet. All right, select cell C9. So I'm going to go to C9, and it says type 450,000 and press Enter. The cells are formatted as formulas, and formulas are calculated. All right. Step 10 says type 275,000 in cell C10 1275123. Press enter. Step 11 says select cell H9 and type 485,000. Type 75,000 in cell H11. Type step 13 says enter data in cells H13, H14, and H16 as shown in figure to the right. So let's go to H13 first. I think that says 30. Yeah, it says 30. Interest rate 4.25%. And payment, so that takes, you didn't have to enter any data in 16. I just did 13, 14, 16. That's 850. All right. So just looking at my numbers and the new house payment, it looks like it lines up perfectly. So now's a good time to save. So I'm going to do a Control S to save. Step 14 says click the spin box control arrows to select 3 as the agent. All right, so you click it. You see as you hit the up and down arrows, it allows you to select agent. So it says select agent 3. Yep. Select cell E22 and type 1,875. Enter. All right, step 16 says remove the developer tab. So I'm going to click options, or actually click file, then options, customize ribbon, and I'm going to deselect developer. Now, as you can see, you have developer in the tab area. So once you uncheck this, this is going to, and click OK, this is going to get removed, which is what we're supposed to do. So, all right, so you see it was removed from the main tabs area. So now you have your standard tabs up at the top. So that takes care of 16A, 16B. So next thing is to save. I'm going to save, and I'm going to close. And I'm going to upload it to be graded. So upload 7. Click open. Yes to submit for grade. All right, so it looks like we did everything correctly. So you can click on the guided project 7-3. And if you scroll down, you can see your previous attempts. It has the attempt 1. You see you have 5 attempts. So this is 1 of 5. It has your file name, the time that you submitted it, and the date that you submitted it, and the score. You will not see a delete button. This is just for the instructors and the teachers of the class.